Okay, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classics as No Classics. This is my 1400th episode for this series. Yes, 1400th episode. Of course, also Doubleshot number 1206, but wow, 1400 episodes. That's quite something to say the least, the fact that I've actually gone this far with this series. And it is by far, still to date, the longest video review series I have ever done for this channel. Yeah, the longest. This has been going on now. The first video for this one came out in November of 2013. I don't remember the exact date, but it was November 2013. It was about a month after I started basically doing something for this YouTube channel. Yep. So I've been doing this for 7.5 years now. I mean, think about it, yeah, it's 7.5 years. I guess it's May right now, so November marked it 7 years since I'm doing this particular video review series, and well, 5 plus 1, yeah, 7.5 years, which that's a long time. I have been recording videos now. This year will mark 8 years since I have started recording videos. Yes, 8 years. Now, some of you may or may not be curious though why I started to do videos. Because one, it's something that I have been thinking about for some time to do. My YouTube channel technically was born back in 2007, but I did nothing for this particular channel for 6 years. I subscribed to other pages, yes, but I never actually recorded videos, probably because I did not know what to do. After watching a good amount of people for about 6 years, I decided, though, navigate a period of time. And plus, also, I knew a lot about comics. And over the past almost 8 years, I've expanded that to basically movies, TV shows, anime, and, of course, recently, Doctor Who, because I love Doctor Who. Yeah, that's a simple gist of it when it comes to that. Yes. And, of course, basically, thanks to recording videos, I was able to meet a lot of people that I know this very day. People like Edgar, Tivia, the Masked Panther, Captain Awesome, the people from Awesome Universe. I got a chance to meet a lot of people online. People I'm still friends with this very day. And I thoroughly have enjoyed it. Basically doing this. Alright, now we're discussing 2 particular books. First up, from DC Comics, we have Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, Book 2. This book collects Swamp Thing, Volume 2, Issues 28 to 34, and the second annual. Now, here's the strange thing when it comes to the very first annual for the series with Swamp Thing. Yeah, the first annual is an adaptation of the movie. You're thinking, movie? What movie? The movie that came out in 1982 by Wes Craven. Yeah, that particular annual is an adaptation of that film. I have never seen the movie per se. Yes, I still this very day have never seen the Swamp Thing live action film. I do own the very brief Swamp Thing live action TV show that got canceled due to apparently running out of money, and of course was put on DC's Universe streaming service, which I've heard the app is pretty much dead. Yeah, but this book is mostly put just building on toward basically the romance between, basically what Alan Moore said these issues is the romance between Abigail Arcane and Swamp Thing himself. That's the simple gist of what is going on here. Of course, Abby herself is still referred to as Abby Cable because her first husband is Matt Cable. So we also have various other stuff, like we also have a guest appearance by Etrigan the Demon. Yeah, for some reason, Alan Moore decided to have him occasionally appear in this book for some reason. I have no idea why. Yep, and we even have one of the issues in here that is a clear homage to the first appearance of the original Swamp Thing. Yeah, it's not the first issue in here. No, it's not 28. No, I think it might be either 30. It's one of these issues. Yes, one of the big things that happened in here was Swamp Thing meeting the original Swamp Thing, Alex Olsen. You might be thinking, who the heck is Alex Olsen? He generally appeared just for the original first appearance of Swamp Thing back in House of Secrets number 92. Yeah, that was a prototype character, from what I can tell anyways. And eventually that led to, well, the character we have here. The annual itself, basically, aside from Edric and Demon show up here, we also have the Phantom Stranger and Deadman. Yes. You are thinking, Phantom Stranger, does Dr. 13 show up in this annual? The answer is no. No, he doesn't. It's one of those rare times where he does not appear. Nope. But it's always great to see the guy. I love Phantom Stranger. Here's the thing about him. Whenever DC has tried to get this guy an ongoing series, it doesn't last too long. No, not really. It lasts maybe, if he's lucky, a couple years. But that's it. And I'm trying to find the actual... there's an issue in here that's a clear homage to... Okay, hold on. Here we go. Here it is. 33. Yes. If you look up House of Secrets number 92, this cover here is a clear homage to it. And because the fact we have House of Secrets, this is a cover homage to it, we have where Abby runs into Kane. Yes. The thing with House of Secrets is, it was an anthology book that basically, you have Kane living in the House of Secrets and telling a bunch of horror stories. Kane here is the host of the series. Abel is a host of House of Mystery. And look, here it is. That's the House of Secrets. Which I believe this was not the house that was the headquarters of Justice League Dark. This place, I believe, was the headquarters of the Secret Six under Gail Simone. Yeah, that's indeed true. Now, how did John Constantine... Now, the place, House of Mystery, is owned by John Constantine. How did he get it? Card game. Because, of course, he did. Yep. Plus, I gotta love this cover. Yeah, this issue here sets up the romance between Abby Arcane and Swamp Thing. Great stuff here from Alan Moore. Great storytelling from him. I'm giving this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Next up is a bit interesting book. Now, I've never discussed that much from this company, especially since I own much of them. The only time I've talked about them is like one other book from this company. Yeah, it's a company that publishes Doctor Who. This is Doctor Who, Volume 1, A Tale of Two Time Lords. This collects Doctor Who, 13th Doctor, 2.1 to 2.4. Yep, a 4-issue miniseries. Well, that has the Doctor, the Jodie Whittaker Doctor, teamed with David Tennant. And here's something interesting, though. With David Tennant, this is during a period of time when his companion was Martha Jones, and from his perspective, this takes place during the episode Blink, the debut of the Whipping Angels, and one of my least favorite episodes. It's an Octolight episode, but this episode is boring. Like, other people may like the episode. I have no problem with Whipping Angels. They're the best thing about the episode. But the story for the episode is, like, anytime, when I first watched the episode, I got so bored. Because the actor in the episode, who's not the Doctor, is by far so boring that I just can't stand watching it. Now, in the case of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, well, let's see. Well, here's the thing about her, this particular... Now, she runs into... Get this. She runs into the Weeping Angels. Now, on the show itself, she technically has met Weeping Angel, but in the second year special. But if you watched her, basically the first season actually had the classic monsters, the Weeping Angels never actually made an appearance. Not really, no. I'm like, really? Yeah, really. We also had it where, get this, she runs into the Autons, which, that's interesting. And of course, David Tennant's version of the Doctor, he's like, I haven't run into him since, well, he was going to mention what happened in the start of New Who, which happened in the episode Rose, which was the third ever appearance of the Autons. Yes. And talk about the whole thing of attacking mannequins. That's interesting. And also, yes, it's a multi-Doctor story where these two team up and they go to each other's TARDISes. Yes, this does happen. We have David Tennant step foot on Jodie Whittaker's TARDIS. Though, in the case of Jodie Whittaker, don't think they actually have her step foot on his TARDIS. Not really, no. But I thought it was interesting, though. Though this does lead into a story arc that comes right after this one. Yeah. But this is great. I love this. Yes, of course, written by Jody Hauser, great writer. Yeah, she wrote this whole thing. Yeah, she's been the regular writer for the 13th Doctor since Road to 13th Doctor. Yep, artwork by Roberta Ignita, and I think that's it. Yes. Now, my guess is from the point of view of the 13th Doctor, this is probably at some point during like her second year. I'm not sure what episode, but at least in the case of David Tennant, I know exactly where his to take place. Blink. Because they mentioned the fact that they're on the run from the Weeping Angels. And of course they try to hide in the TARDIS, which I thought was so neat. Mm-hmm. Though oddly enough, this sets up a falling story arc after this. Yes, this team-up story. Not the first one, mind you. Oh no. Yeah, not the first one to come to comics. Nope. This is the fourth. Yes, the fourth. The first was the Four Doctors, which had 10th, 11th, 12th team with the War Doctor. We also had the sequel, Supremacy of the Cybermen, and Lost Dimension Book 1 and 2. And that's it. Now, there's one other story I should bring up in here that I would love to cover at some point, and that's this story right here. Time Lord Victorious. Yes. I would love to cover that. Yep. But as for this story itself, I give this one a 10 out of 10. It's pure fun. I love it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, this is only the second thing I've ever reviewed for Jodie Whittaker, for comics-wise. In the case of David Tennant, this is the first. Now, has he had his own series published by... This is published by Titan, believe it or not. Yes. Now, has he had his own series? Yes. He's had 3 of them. So has the 11th and 12th Doctor. They've had their own comics. Surprisingly, the 9th Doctor has had a comic too, except his had 2 volumes for it. Yep. We also have miniseries for the 3rd, 4th, 7th, and 8th Doctors. Yep. And yeah, there's only one of them each. Yeah, there's actually for the 3rd, 4th, 6th, and 8th. 7 and 8, yep. Herald Destruction, I would love to get my hands on because that one basically is a follow-up to an old 2nd Doctor story. And speaking of 2nd Doctor, you're going to talk about him in the next Doctor Who review. Okay, so that's it for particular review. Stay tuned to my Doctor Who review, which will be episode number... I think this is episode number 6, if I'm not mistaken, next one. Actually, no, it's episode 5. Yep. But see you next video. Bye.